Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Caffeinated or Die, the morning brew with Matt, Zach, and Taylor. My name, of course, is Matt, and I've been joined by these two wonderful people. Oh, God, it's so early in the morning. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, it's going good.
I hear a lot of moving.
No, it's me.
Oh. Triple echo? Who's echoing? Why did I start a morning show? Jesus Christ. You there, Zach?
I'm here.
Okay.
Just waiting for something to happen.
I'm saying, how are you doing? How's your week?
Well, I went to answer, then Sparky was like, speech impediment.
Well, there is a good thing. All three of us are actually here for the show this time.
I rarely don't make it. I'm usually here.
Well, you're always here.
I know. I exist.
Yeah. The first time my electric went out. The second time I just overslept.
So, anything interesting happening with you guys this week?
I mean, not really, I guess.
Well, it hasn't really been this week. It's more or less last week that something interesting happened. So, I figured out firsthand that you cannot feed your keyboard beer and it survives.
We could talk about your drunk stream. Don't worry. Before we get into you being a complete tool, let's say hello to the chat, shall we? Anubis was first, so as we like to say, he had to wait the longest. Ben C is here. Draconath, Razrael is here. Ray Stone, Twisted Skipster. Anubis was throwing shit at me to get the show started. And yeah, it looks like that's all who's here right now. So good morning, fellas. Glad to have you here. So, Tay-Tay,
Yes, man.
you went on and hosted a almost 7-hour drunk stream before you passed out.
No. A 10-hour, because it was split up into two parts. I didn't pass out until quarter way through the second one.
So I was adding both of them together. Quarter of the way through that one would be so you hosted a 7.5-hour drunk stream and passed out for the rest.
Pretty much. Yep.
I have one question.
Yes.
Why?
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
I heard a rumor about that drunk stream.
A rumor, huh?
I heard that you invited a number of people on that stream that you normally would not have invited anywhere else.
Well, let's see. It's kind of hard for me to invite people when the Hangout link is posted to Twitter in the chat. So it was an open invite to anyone who wanted to come on. So I did not invite anyone. I left the door open.
Oh, okay. I mean, semantics are cool and all. The next question is, at what point during your drunken stupor did you think just publicly opening a live stream would be a great idea?
Well, I've always done that.
Was it before or after you started drinking?
Actually, the first beer I popped was on stream.
Right. So that was a sober idea you had.
Yes.
Well, I think we've seen everything you need to see at this point.
Well, I mean,
also,
he did get memes made about him.
How many dicks did get drawn on your face? That's my question.
I don't know. How many dicks did you draw on my face? And
I only drew one, but I know other dicks occurred. Dicks and ponies.
I don't know. I stopped counting.
I think somebody put you at a furry convention, too.
And a gay pride parade.
You looked right at home in both of those. Didn't look like there was really any change. I mean, just looked like it was up. That's Sparky, a normal day, taking a nap at the pride parade.
Well, they're just so fucking exciting.
I just want to point out that if you fall asleep at a party, gay shit will happen to you. I honestly can't imagine, nor do I want to imagine, what sort of truly gay shit would happen to you falling asleep at a pride parade.
Lots of butt sex.
So what happens, Sparky?
Well, luckily
when you fell asleep at the pride parade.
Luckily, I haven't actually done that.
Bullshit. There's photographic evidence.
You can tell that's fucking cloaked.
Are those what they call repressed memories?
Was your butt a little sore when you woke up, Sparky?
Or are they more guilty pleasures?
No. I just had one hell of a hangover.
Late at night when he's alone and his pants are off and he's laying in bed, he thinks back fondly to that moment. The first time a gay man awoke him from deep slumber with a large penis placed directly on his lips.
God.
Well, you know what?
And it was veiny.
Well, you know what? I guess Kaduntress felt left out, and she's been trying to beat me on that record.
On what record?
On being drunk on stream. She's done it 3 nights in a row now.
On Doc stream?
Yes.
Yeah, she's house sitting, so there's booze.
Yeah. I was in a opera hangout with her for about 6 hours, and she started drinking and got plastered. And then she said she was going to sleep, and then Doc started streaming, and there she was. And it's like, I thought you were going to bed. And it's like, no, I decided to jump in. And it's like, okay.
So out of the three of us, Tay, you are the least drama hungry. I mean, let's face facts here. Zach and I on Twitter tend to kind of enjoy the spurgery.
That is not true.
Yeah, it is.
Take that back. You take that back, you swine. I don't enjoy drama. I don't seek drama. My heart is as pure as the driven snow. It's just that sometimes fate and the gods conspire against me to put trouble in my path. And like a good man, I must fight that trouble. One way or the other.
You are as pure as the driven snow after a gangbang has landed on it.
Pure as driven snow. And that gangbang was innocent, goddammit.
But
nobody was hurt.
But
there weren't any prolapses. Everything was fine.
But Taylor, you have made it a public statement that there is no drama in your Discord. There is no drama on your channels, and there is supposed to be no drama on your streams. You don't even partake that much on Twitter.
I try not to.
You let 4 of the biggest drama whores I know onto your stream.
I know Zell was one of them.
Look, all I know is that we've now established that Sparky likes whores.
Well, you do see him looking longingly at your morning excursion.
Well, I mean, how could you not? Nothing says a great time like 3 Thai ladyboys.
Is that what they were?
Well, I mean, last week it might have been. I was very, very high last week. There was a lot of cocaine.
Well, you did confiscate it from everyone you live with.
Yeah. Sparky.
Are you the reason that they found the $40,000 of meth in the Lego box?
No, I don't fuck with meth. You lose your teeth on that shit.
You do like pizza far too much to want to lose your teeth.
Exactly.
So, but I'm just...
In the words of that famous rapper, bitch, I don't fuck with you.
That could be any rapper.
Yes, it could be. That's why I like it.
But I'm just Sparky, why open the door for that?
Okay, so that whole, well, it wasn't even that week. That happened later on, but no, that day was just a fucked up day. I just got done at the my ISP trying to figure out how to get faster speeds on my internet, and I looked high and low for everything that I can do. You know, satellite internet, cable, fiber, seeing if I can't get a better package with that internet service provider, and everything's been no go. It's like, why is it so fucking hard to get good internet where I live at? Then I found something out because they let it slip. So for the last 2 years, my ISP has had a contract signed up with every other provider in the area except for 2 satellite providers, stating that they cannot put services in for the next 10 years where I live at, within a 5-mile square radius. And the only other 2 providers are satellite internet, and they're far fucking worse than what I got now. And when I asked them, I was like, okay, so I'm locked out from any other provider. When you guys gotta upgrade the line? But not for in the foreseeable future. We don't have any plans within the next 5 to 8 years to upgrading the internet service lines to your specific area.
I just want to make a quick segue to point out that Ben C is a liar. A filthy, goddamned liar. And the slander he's spitting about me can only be paid for with his money. I'm just saying. I'll accept bribes to forget that this happened. Bastard. Saying that my heart is black, that I have a black hole in place of a soul, that I'm somehow creating problems. That's a filthy lie. I do not create any problems. I occasionally address injustices, and that is all.
Yeah.
If you choose to see that as bad, then that is on you, sir. That is on you, Ben C. So.
Yeah. Anyways.
Well, that was a good segue because he was basically, attributing the filthy liars and to the black hole, problems with your internet service provider.
Oh, for a second there, I thought you were going racial, and I was like, I don't condone this behavior.
No, if I wanted to go racial, I would just agree with Peter Locke and say that I did learn from rap as well that toothpaste rhymes with nigga.
Oh God. But no, I got pissed off. It's like, fuck it, I'm gonna rant about it. So I saw up the stream. It's like, fuck it, I want beer for the stream. And about the 3rd beer in, I just stopped caring.
All right.
Because let's face it, I'm a fucking lightweight. My Captain Hook can outdrink me any fucking day of the week, and she's 90 pounds soaking fucking wet.
Yeah, but you're like 7'5" and 90 pounds. So I mean,
not true. I'm 6'7", 210 pounds.
210 pounds, 90 pounds. It's the same thing. That's
how that happened.
All right. I noticed that you hid the streams though.
Well, so I don't know what happened to the second stream. I honestly don't know. The last thing I remember is me waking up, fumbling around my keyboard, trying to figure, okay, the stream's still going, trying to figure out how to shut the stream down, and everything errored out on my computer, and the computer locked up. And I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get logged back in. I couldn't figure out why my fucking keyboard wasn't working. So I said, fuck it. Grabbed another keyboard, hooked it up, went into it. I couldn't find the second stream. I was like, okay. So I was like, I don't even know what happened during the first one. So I just privated the first stream. And then later on that day, I found out I poured beer in my keyboard.
You poured beer on your computer. You do know that beer and keyboards do not mix.
Alright, so I don't know what happened. Honestly, I have no fucking clue. All I know is, okay, my keyboard wasn't working. When I finally got sobered up enough, I grabbed my keyboard, went to go flip it. When I did, beer poured out of it. So I have no idea how the beer got on the keyboard. I guess I just assumed it wanted a drink and fucking shotgunned it for the cheap keyboard. I don't know.
All right.
No, it was not beautiful. It was horrendous, and I am most shameful for myself.
Shameful display.
So, I saw an article the other day.
Uh-oh.
Yes?
Segway.
Well, it's not a segue. It would have been perfectly fine had my internet not dropped at the exact moment it did. Because I was trying to bring this up. We were talking about black holes and why those are clearly racist. Because, as we all know, Antoine was about to make a racist comment talking about black holes because he's a flaming racist. That's true, right? That's still true?
I don't know about the flaming part.
Well, I mean, you are bisexual gay, aren't you?
Yeah, but that doesn't make me flaming. There's a difference between being, flaming and...
We've all heard the way Antoine speaks. We know he's flaming.
I wouldn't call him flaming.
Well, considering that flaming is a slur off the word flamboyant, and he is certainly flamboyant.
Is it really?
Yes!
I had no... I swear to God, not even lying, I had no idea.
Yes, and you are flamingly bisexual gay, so...
All right, that makes sense.
Yep. And ragingly racist, too. He hates black people. You heard it here first.
Like I said, I just had a problem with the term flaming. But, now that you clarified that, I really don't, so...
And he hates black people. But to get back with the program here.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Yeah, we already know the truth. Okay, we're all well aware of what's happening here. You racist bigot. Anyway, I could smell your bigotry from here. It smells like cheesecake, which is just awful.
You don't like cheesecake?
I hate cheesecake.
What is wrong with you?
I'm a bad person.
Yes, you are.
I'm okay with this. Like, at no point does this hurt me.
I actually gotta answer this for Band C. A lot of fucking times. You can even ask Antoine, because the first ever time I got a chance to stream with Antoine, my computer wouldn't let me on Hangouts.
Oh, that was talking way back with the...
Yeah, that's a long time ago with the Knights, yeah.
The article I saw was apparently, I think it was The Guardian, one of those awful social justice-oriented paper publications, had an article that said... it asked a very important question, very pertinent to today's society and our culture. Are our weddings too white?
Say that one more time?
Our weddings too white.
Are our weddings too white?
Yes, the white dress, the white tablecloths, the white creamy linen everywhere, the white frosting on the cake, often white flowers for a lot of people. Are our weddings white supremacist?
No.
And so I didn't read the article. I just saw a quick clip, so I didn't get to fully read it because I would have had to go search it down, and I'm a lazy fuck. So I'll admit, maybe the article goes more into detail about it and ends up saying, no, they're not terribly racist. But we don't know about that because I didn't do the research because I'm Cenk Uygur today. But is this? So if they're going to make the correlation that a white wedding dress and white tablecloths automatically imply a supremacy going on, that they're obviously white supremacists, does that mean purity is now synonymous with white supremacy?
No.
Because the white wedding dress and all the white isn't to symbolize white power. It's to symbolize purity. The woman is coming to the relationship new, untainted, unspoiled, which is why most women today should probably not wear white wedding dresses. But Because there's no more virgins anymore except for the incels, and they're not getting married anyway.
Yes, that's what the white wedding dress was traditionally supposed to symbolize.
Yeah, traditionally it was a purity thing. So now, according to this article, it would seem that we're equating purity, or the ideas and symbolism of purity, with white supremacy.
Yes, but this is also from a fucking... God damn it, now you're gonna make me look up this fucking article.
I tweeted about it. That should help you.
Okay, you tweeted it out?
Tweeted about this morning, so it should be in my recent tweets.
Oh, good, I don't have to go through everything.
You do now. I've made you go through everything because I don't like you. I think you're all terrible people. So many of you try to play like I'm a bad person, and this is just not true.
Because
there's nothing to back this up.
You're a bad person?
There's no evidence to back this up whatsoever. This is an unsupportable, unsubstantiated claim, and a slander on my good name.
It's from BBC News. Oh my god.
Oh, it's even worse. I thought it was The Guardian. Oh, now I'm very upset. Is it a Poe? Tell me it's somebody made it up. That would make me feel so much better.
No, it's legit from BBC News.
Oh my word. And is it saying what it seems to be saying from the title?
Well, hold on, let me bring it up, and we can go.
This fucker
we can
need a distortion strike. Don't. Fuck you, mutilist! That's right. Bite down on that. Oh, right. Fear the blade of my wrath! Yes.
So
bow before me, infested swine. You were saying?
It's so the title of it is Are Our Weddings Too White? A year ago, Meghan and Harry charmed the nation with their own not entirely traditional special day. Guests were addressed at length by the African-American bishop, Michael Curry. A gospel choir performed the soul classic Stand By Me, and yet there was still a horse-drawn carriage, a diamond tiara and veil, Schubert and the Philharmonic.
Real quick, has anybody ever been confused by Meghan Markle supposedly being black, or is it just me?
I mean, she doesn't look completely black.
She doesn't even look partially black. She looks mixed with something that doesn't look like black.
And she, well...
But that's just my internalized racism talking, so what do I know?
Forgive me, but from this picture, her nose makes her look Jewish, so we're just going to go with that.
My God! A Jewish princess?
Yes. It was, by general agreement, a beautiful wedding which honored traditions in the families and backgrounds of both bride and groom. Of course, a wedding on that scale isn't typical, but it did get people talking. While couples are increasingly choosing imaginative ways to celebrate, some argue the industry is still behaving as if everyone tying the knot is white.
I don't understand.
What?
Yeah, so basically, because the wedding was on such a grand scale and could have a soul choir and a black bishop, the rest of the wedding, the wedding culture of normal people getting married, apparently everyone is, they believe everyone is
correct
white.
Me if I'm wrong here, but this then goes further by that statement to imply that all major religions that are Western are inherently white supremacist. Because the only reason that that a wedding functions the way it does, sedate, staid, the pastor talking, the quick sermon up front, the choral hymnal music and all that kind of stuff, is because largely the wedding as we know it evolved from rituals and rites of the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
So are they saying that the Catholic Church is inherently white supremacist?
I mean, it's
inherently pedophilic, maybe, but I don't know about, and communist. I mean, we know that much, but I don't know about, inherently white supremacist. I mean, that replies that, again, any Western religion is inherently white supremacist, despite the fact that, Western Judeo-Christian religions originated from, the Middle East.
Well, I don't know exactly what they're saying because we're just at the beginning.
That's just a heavy claim, though, to say, oh yeah, they're all inherently,
No,
they're all inherently racist.
I agree with you that it was kind of a fucked up thing to say. Oh God, I want to say this is a Poe just with this name,
but it's the BBC.
I know when Assumpta Victu.
That's a hell of a name right there.
Assumptive.
That's a self-given name. That's a name they gave themselves.
Are they related to Clutch Verada?
Oh, actually, that was a pretty good joke, Sparky. You did not.
He's gonna say it 4 or 5 times now and murder it. So
yeah, I was gonna say, don't murder that one. Let that one hang there. We will put it on.
He's going to explain it in a minute. And it's gonna kill it off. Watch.
All right. So when Assumpta Victu got engaged, a friend bought her a pile of wedding magazines, but the sight of them blunted her excitement because there's no representation. I can guarantee that's the. Oh, yep.
Well, hold on. Well, see, and I will immediately combat this. You're right. There is no representation for in most Western magazines for cultural differences. You're right. But that's because weddings are largely cultural things. So if you're a Western person who lives in the West, then more than likely you're going to want a wedding that reflects your current culture, which means you're going to have magazines, a bunch of white chicks in classic Western European outfits. You're not going to see that if you want a culturally sensitive wedding, though. So if you want to have an African tribesman, a freaking, what's an African tribe off the top, because I can't remember off the top of my head. If you want some, whatever the guys who run really fast are, I know it's terribly racist of me, but I don't care.
you want the black African tribe where the guys run really fast?
If you want all of them to be, if you want the Usain Bolt inspired wedding, then you need to look for a resource that does that, because it's not a racist thing, it's a catering thing.
Yes.
It comes down to what are you looking for? And something like a wedding is such a niche targetable environment anyway. That's why wedding planners have to have like so much knowledge on all the different available crap out there, because every wedding is going to be personalized. If you don't like what you see in a wedding catalog, instead of bitching about so-called racism, change the fucking catalog. If you're wanting an Asian themed wedding, then don't look in European design magazines.
Yep.
But hey, what do I know? I'm just a dumbass.
You are a cis white male, you patriarchal shitlord.
You disruptor bitch, get the fuck off my cryopod. Sorry, I'm murdering things while we talk.
I was gonna say
because
that
I'm a white man.
Yeah.
And this is what I do. White people just kill things.
Well, her next statement kind of goes with what you were talking about, but it's a bad thing. I was very disheartened not to see myself reflected in the pages, says Nigerian British Assumpta. So she's
right.
she's Western.
She's already like the worst kind of individual, because she has all the power and ability of the world since she's British, but she's still gonna complain and bitch because I myself am not totally perfectly represented.
Oh,
come on.
It gets better. She handed them to her fiancé, Horia, who is Romanian.
Horia?
Horia.
That's a hell of a name right there.
Yeah.
I'm kind of jealous that he gets that name. I mean, that's basically perfect.
Assumpta Victu and Horia. Goddamn.
Well, whatever you do, don't Assumpta Horia.
All we need is Verada, and we can complete the set.
It's dead. It's fucking dead.
God damn it, Sparky!
It's fucking dead.
Raz was happy that he didn't have to bury another joke out in his Canadian wilderness, and now he has to go start digging.
He has to now. I mean,
he has to miss the rest of this show so you can fucking kill another joke.
I'm just really worried that Sparky will fuck the corpse too. Is that what you can do, Sparky? You're gonna fuck the corpse too?
No, I usually leave those for Zell.
Oh no.
Oof. But when he looked, the only black face he could find was a tiny figure of a marriage officiant in a Caribbean wedding.
Well, again, that's not a racial thing, it's a cultural thing. There are black people in the Caribbean. I mean, where in fact, I think they're the majority still is Caribbean islanders, which look black. I mean, weddings are such a cultural thing, and I do mean that. I don't mean like, oh, it's just culture. No, like every single culture in the world has a different take on how weddings go. And if you're not looking specifically in resources about that culture, then you're right. You won't find any representation. And to sit there and declare, well, I need representation in this magazine about Polish weddings. No, fuck off. You don't get representation if you want to have a Nigerian wedding in Poland. You don't get to look at a Polish wedding magazine designed for Polish people who, last I checked, are predominantly white and complain because you don't have racial representation. Just find the resource that fits you. It's your wedding. Get what you want.
It's not even that. This next line, it's just the victimhood mentality. So, this next bit is very important. It got worse. When she went to a wedding show where hundreds of firms market their wares and services, she felt almost invisible. She stood at one stand while the jeweler attended a previous customer. He didn't acknowledge me once, she says. Then 2 Caucasian women walked over and he immediately said, "Please give me a moment and I'll be right with you." She is a Nigerian British woman who is being ignored for the white women's.
Well, if that is actually what occurred, then yeah, I'd say that's probably racist.
And then she adds, she walked away.
On the other hand, after having seen so many stories like this one, I'm kind of inclined to wonder what else happened.
Yeah. It says, now we're just going off of her telling of this opinion piece. She walked away infuriated. Perhaps, she says, he assumed that she had limited financial means. Well, you don't know that for certain, so you can't really say it.
Well, I'm just one because, like, okay, so often when you hear these stories, it's like, oh, I was very polite, I did everything I was supposed to, yada yada yada. But then when the story comes out, like caught on camera or something, she was a raging bitch. You know, came in and demanded immediately to have time or something. You know, stuff like that. So until I hear the shopkeeper's side, I'm not going to believe that. And I wouldn't believe that whether she was white, black, or anything else. You know, I don't just automatically believe people when they say something.
No, I agree. I agree with that 100%. I do believe and believe, like, it's listen and believe, but also question and verify.
I mean, racism exists. I'm never gonna say it doesn't. It's definitely a thing. But I don't think it's nearly as prevalent or all consuming and controlling as certain groups that like us to believe it is.
Well, okay, so Vin points something out, and
Vin's a whore.
Well, he is a whore, but he's an edgy whore, but he still makes a good point.
So he's a whore with chlamydia?
Yes.
I mean, I would call that an edgy whore.
So what she basically said is he was already talking to someone. She made no indication that she wanted to talk to the vendor. And at these shows, the vendors are just there to answer questions or make purchases, ring up purchases. So if she doesn't outright say, "Yo," over here, he's going to move to the next person. Because it's not a line.
If she were to say "yo" over here, she would probably justify his concerns about her race.
Well, I know. I'm paraphrasing. I'm paraphrasing. But if she didn't get his attention, because it's not like a normal store. Everybody's been to a convention. This is what these things are. It's basically the dude is sitting at a booth.
Yeah, you have to physically get their attention.
Yeah, you don't just
walk up and say something.
Yeah, you don't just go up there because if they tried to get the attention of every single person that went to their booth, if their booth is popular, they'd be talking nonstop. So
that's one of the things that pisses me off about going like Home Depot stores like that. You get asked, "Do you need anything? Do you need help? Do you need anything? Do you need help?" Just let me fucking look, goddammit.
Not at the Home Depot I used to work at. We avoided you.
Well,
is that a customer? Quick, use a different aisle.
Well, that's
safer that way.
That's because you knew the Mexicans out front knew more than you did.
No, that's not true at all. The Mexicans knew nothing except how to not tie things to the top of their car. Yeah, I'll be racist right now. I'll be racist right now. We had a couple really good ones, but they were long-term contractors. They've been doing the job for a while. We were lucky. We didn't have a whole lot of hangers on outside the front door. You know what I mean?
The one that's by my place. They don't sit in front of the store. Like, they don't walk around. They sit way at the back. Like, it's like they don't want people to actually know that they're there. And there's usually like 5 of them, and they just kind of drink beer and have a good time. It's like, all right, you guys do you.
I don't want you to know we're there, but you know we're here.
Yeah. But all right, so the next part of this is spending power.
You can smell the cheap tequila from here.
She had a similar experience at a bridal boutique in London's financial district of Canary Wharf, where she says the shop's assistants automatically showed her the cheapest entry-level options. It's not just you, sweetheart. They do that for everyone, because when you go into a boutique, usually it's going to be very, very expensive.
Well, so also, what a lot of them do, what a lot of the shops do, is they'll show you the really cheap shit, because it's more likely they'll get a sale. But based on your reaction to the cheap shit, they can tell, okay, what do I want to show them next?
Yeah.
If your reaction to the cheap shit is, that's, I want to get something a little more extravagant, but not too much, they know they'll go for the mid-level stuff. But if your reaction to the cheap shit is that is fucking disgusting, why would you show this to me? Now they know you have ducats to spend,
But if you look at the cheap stuff and go, oh, that's amazing, they're like, yep, sale's happening.
And they still have a sale.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a good practice. It's good business practice to go ahead and say, let me show you the less expensive model first, and then based on your reactions, I can determine what I need to do to get the sale. And I want the sale. A lot of boutiques also pay their people on commission. So they want to make big sales. They want to make, or as many sales as possible. So they're going to show you the cheaper thing first to ensure they get a sale. It's not racist, unless you feel it's racist, and that's really what it boils down to these days. Is that racism now isn't a question of is something actually racist, but it's whether or not I perceive it to be.
Yeah, and that's bullshit.
Well, I mean, on the one hand, yeah, it's bullshit. So now we have to to cater to every single fucking person. But on the other hand, I mean, that's what racism has always been. It's a societal perception of something that is, oppressive to another race or culture. The real question becomes, where is the line? At what point is something acceptably racist? Well, it's acceptably racist to call a black guy a nigger. That's acceptably racist. Everyone understands, yeah, that's racism. That is classic racism. But is it racist to ask if a black person, is it racist to say that the black person's dreads look good? In some portions of our ridiculous society, they would consider that to be racist. And that's where you start getting finicky. So there needs to be hard lines on what isn't racism. I think there was a conversation that I had on Twitter, 2 weeks ago now, where somebody said, well, nigger is much more racist than honky. And it's like, well, look, either it's racist or it's not racist. They don't think you have varying degrees of racism. Like there's rules to it now, But I don't know. I'm not one of the ones who's fueling the racism debate.
Yeah.
Because I'm white, it doesn't really matter to me.
Look at you sitting there in all your white privilege.
Oh, and if there is any white privilege, that's the one. I mean, that's the biggest. That's the only real white privilege. That as a white guy, I can sit there and not give a shit about this. Especially in today's society, where no matter what I do, I'm gonna be called a bad person. I posted a tweet earlier today where I said, apparently, according to the black nationalist movements, I'm a caveman. I'm descended from Neanderthals. I'm not a real human, so it's okay to say and do whatever you want to me. So, no matter what I do, whether I sit quietly in the corner, even if I'm some sort of ally of some sort of nationalist movement, I'm still going to be branded a scumbag. It doesn't matter what you do. So you might as well just not give a shit and start focusing on people's merit. And I think everyone would do a lot better if we, quote unquote, white people just, stop caring so much. Follow the Morgan Freeman way of doing things.
Well, we kind of touched on this last show.
There was a last show? I mean, I don't remember it.
Not last week, but the week before, when we did the Hidden Tribes, and you brought up the whole thing. If people started using racist, and now the word doesn't mean anything anymore because people are either just going to ignore it or become the racists.
Yep, ignore it or embrace it. That's how you beat the adversity. Jesus Christ, I can't fucking talk today.
So it's kind of what you got to do.
Well, I don't think you have to be a racist. I want to disavow that immediately. actual racism, I don't condone. Just throwing that out there, since Antoine is intent on making us all racist now. I knew it. I knew in your black little heart, Matt was a terrible racist person.
So, okay, so this... Yet, going on with this, it says, yet, in the end, Assumpta had a bespoke designer dress with a huge train, as well as 2 more dresses to wear at the Nigerian celebration she held alongside her quote-unquote traditional wedding.
Were they Western dresses?
I don't know, it doesn't say.
I mean, they just did with the train and everything. That's a very European affectation.
Yeah, Horia was dressed in a bespoke suit and handmade shoes, as well as in Nigerian traditional dress. So they had 2 weddings.
So she forced him to wear Nigerian traditional dress, despite the fact that he's not traditionally Nigerian.
Yeah.
Nice! That's going to be a great relationship.
But there's a picture of them right there. So they did not have a traditional wedding cake. They did not have a traditional wedding, but they did have... This bitch had enough money to have 2. She had her normal one.
I just want to point out that she is in fact wearing Nigerian garb, or at least an inspired dress. He's a white guy and he's wearing Nigerian shit. Later on, when they get home, he'll cook dinner and she'll fuck Tyrone.
More than likely.
Did I say that out loud?
You did.
Shit! Again! Fuck! No one listened to that. That was a racist comment. I don't condone that sort of behavior.
Oh, God. All right, so Bizarre Silence is the title of the next part. Zoe Burke, an editor at an online wedding site, confetti.co.uk, says it's only gradually dawning on industry that they could be doing better. Because this was never a problem up until now. When you have woke culture going around telling everyone that they need to get woke so everyone else can go broke. There has been a long overdue awakening, she says. For a long time, there's been a growing consciousness that the industry as a whole hasn't been reflective of society that we live in. You know, because knitting is considered racist. When everything...
I mean, everything's racist at this point.
I was going to say, when everything is racist, then nothing is.
Well, I mean, this is the problem that we run into when we keep broadening the definitions of every single fucking term we found offensive. So, racism is now super broad. Gender is now ridiculously broad. Every single fucking topic or word that we use to define or delineate something, we've broadened because that's how you make it a better weapon. But unfortunately, we've broadened it so much we blunted all the edges. Ugh. I don't like the way we're butchering words. It bothers me.
Well, that's because, like you, I use words effectively. So when we want to use the words that are effective for a situation, like actually describing someone as a racist...
Oh, I never use words effectively. That's a lie.
Because we want that word to have impact, we can't use that word anymore because it's been so dulled.
Fucking corpus.
But yeah, according to this article that you have shown me from the BBC, they are saying that weddings...
Purity and religion are now synonymous with racism.
Yeah, weddings are now racist.
Cool! Yeah, I think this is a hackneyed article written about a hackneyed woman. I mean, that's what it boils down to for me. I find this article to be not very well thought out and clearly poorly researched. It's working on a premise of, oh, look, racism, that will get people to watch.
Well,
I just don't have time for that kind of behavior.
Well, I do have something that I think you guys... We've been talking about racism and how words have been blunted, right? And how they don't really work all that well anymore. So I have something that was given to me by one of our wonderful, wonderful fans that I think you guys would enjoy.
Oh boy.
Fuck. Shields are down. Keep going. Go ahead. I'm good. I'll live. I think. Fuck. I'm listening.
That kind of matched.
So the title of this article is UC Berkeley begins conversion of campus into sprawling echo chamber. I think
wasn't already.
I was gonna say I think they're just embracing it now. Like they're legit going out there and going, yes, we are just going to let you. We're gonna have our professors tell you exactly what you want to hear to make you feel better. But I mean, it's interesting, sort of. Berkeley, California. Construction teams at UC Berkeley arrived Friday to begin with an ambitious project designed to convert the entire campus into a sprawling echo chamber, with the work to be completed over the summer in time for the upcoming fall semester. Close that. The chamber will be completely soundproof, not allowing any outside thoughts or opinions to make their way into various dorms, common areas, and classrooms. We've always been pretty careful to keep opinions homogenous around here anyway. Still, once in a while, an opposing worldview would somehow make its way onto the campus, causing widespread triggering and panic. Faculty
Can't have those filthy fucking opposing worldviews now, can you?
Yeah.
God damn it.
A faculty...
You don't think like me, I'll fucking demonize your ass, boy.
Oh, Ray, don't get Sarah started, Ray. She's gonna go off.
Bananas?
No, it's about knitting being racist, and he wanted to point out Ray points out that what about the fact that you're using giant metal chopsticks?
I mean, it is racist. Knitting's the most racist thing you can do.
But now, when parents spend the well north of $100,000 so their kids can get a degree at our prestigious university. That should be in quotes. They'll be secure in the fact that the worldview they already had when they arrived will be reinforced for the entirety of their time with us.
You know, prestigious isn't that wrong of a word. I would have used notoriety or notorious myself. I mean, it is well known.
Anyway.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, but the way that, prestigious is usually used in this context is it's not well known, but well respected.
I mean, it's respected in certain circles.
Yeah, but those certain circles are stupid. Constructed out of all new state-of-the-art construction materials, the walls surrounding the Berkeley campus will filter out any unapproved worldviews or perspectives, only allowing official sanctioned lines of thinking to get through for the safety of the students. All entrances and exits will also reportedly be manned with a team of thought security guards who will be responsible for the extreme vetting of opinions allowed onto the school grounds.
Are they going to be wearing, not classy outfits? Is it going to be lewd? I kind of like the idea of thought security guards.
No, thought as in thinking, not THOT.
Oh, that's not nearly as fun.
Yeah, that guy have all on bands saying Hall Patrol.
What?
I said that guy have all on bands on saying Hall Patrol or some stupid shit like that.
I think he's trying to make a Nazi joke and failing.
I think so.
That wasn't good, Sparky.
I was making a classroom joke. You know how you got hall monitor or something like that. Never mind, you guys don't get it.
Gotcha.
We got it. It just we're laughing at it. That's all.
So the last quote is, "Isn't this what college is all about? Encountering a variety of pre-approved opinions."
Yeah, I mean that's what it is now. I'm glad this article's not satirical or anything.
I mean, it is an article.
It's on the internet. Nobody on the internet ever lies.
Yeah.
Wait, Raz, you just got ack from the last one?
Yes, you just got ack.
It up? Did you hack it up and bun it?
So I think with the echo chamber, I think if they had thought THOT patrol, that would be a lot better because it's the only way those people that are inside that campus are going to get anything close to actually looking at real people.
I like the idea though. I like the idea of having a pre-approved campus system, where people who all think the same can be on one campus together. I like that because not only does it make it so that their views are never challenged and they feel safe and secure, and that's important. But just as importantly, it means that when I finally get my hands on some explosives, I know where to go.
Disavow, all of the disavowal. We do not. We here.
It's better to have all of your enemies in the same place.
We here at Caffeinated or Die and Help for the Guildless do not condone the actions of one Zach/anti-hero broadcast about talking about anything to do with explosives and schools. Thank you very much for listening.
Antoine's name is on the check.
No.
It says Matt right here on the check. Pay to the order of Zach for explosives to use to kill everyone who thinks differently than we do. You even laughed and you even signed it in the memo. You put, haha, this is just like Jussie Smollett. I was a little confused about that, but whatever floats your boat, I suppose.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Sparky's got his soundboard again.
Come to talk with you again.
And he's ruined the joke again. Well, it was funny until that happened. Now it's just dead and sad.
Grass clean up on all 5.
Oh God.
It's just broken dreams now. Just broken dreams.
Well,
I'm supposed to be rescuing someone in this mission, but I haven't even found where the rescue place is, and somebody keeps pulling the goddamn alarm on me. Get back here, you fucking cunt. I know it was you. He's dead now.
what game are you playing?
Warframe, obviously. It's the only game I play.
Yeah, but you were playing Skyrim and Fallout 4.
I've been trying to play Skyrim, but okay, so I'm gonna rant for a quick second here. I use Nexus Mods as my main mod service site because up until recently they were fantastic. They had everything I needed. Nexus Mod Manager, while it was a little clunky, a little slow, was a fantastic program that kept my 100+ mods all straight. Everything was good, and then all of a sudden they said, hey, we've got this cool new program, and we're going to be switching over to it soon. You're not going to have to be forced to switch over to it. Don't worry. And I said, cool. I'm not switching. I have 100+ mods per game for like 4 different games. I'm not switching this out. It's ridiculous. All of a sudden, last week or 2 weeks ago, something along those timelines, they say, hey, you know what? We're just not going to support that system anymore at all. And we're going to change all of our mods over so that they no longer can be downloaded by Nexus Mod Manager, only by our new program. The new program is a mess. It is nothing but bugs. I have discovered that I've had to literally delete all of my mods for Skyrim, which was well over 100, close to 150, and I'm having to reinstall each and every one of them by hand.
Yikes.
It's not only that, but while it does have integral sorting and integral animations finding and all that kind of stuff, those systems are also broken. So for some reason, while it's supposed to be sorting everything automatically, it rarely manages to figure out what the correct sorting is. So I have to hope to God I'm getting it right.
Yorkie is asking if you mean Vortex.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So,
I used to use NMM, which was fantastic, but then they said, no, you can't use that anymore if you want to keep downloading mods. And Vortex is trash.
Well, I am glad I don't deal with games that have that many mods.
I mean, I could have less mods. I just like those mods.
Which, it's fine. I don't have a problem with mods.
The majority of the mods I have on Skyrim, for those of you who are probably about to ask, are mods to make women hotter. Yeah, that's right. Mods to make armor slutier. I'm not going to lie about that. And perhaps even more important than that, weapons mods. I like having a lot of variety in my weapons and armor choices. So I have immersive weapons, I have immersive armor. I have some armor redesign, weapon redesigns. I have a lot of space devoted to that sort of thing.
Well, I know you were enjoying all the mods in Fallout 4.
Yep, and I'm really nervous because I haven't switched it over to Vortex yet. I might just not. I may just leave it exactly as it is because I already have all my mods set up on there. and just does not download any more mods for it at all, ever.
Shop's closed, right?
Basically.
So, Tom wants to know if you have a mod that makes your character walk around with just a massive cock fully erect at all times as well.
I don't. I've actually avoided those mods. Well, I do have some mods that render women nude. I don't actually use it for the nudity. I use it for the, and I'm dead serious. I use it for the physics. So I've got Caliente on there and a couple others, which again are physics mods.
How does a nude mod deal with physics? Are you talking about like jiggle physics?
Yeah. But it also makes cloth outfits work better. I mean, it changes a couple different things to make them. It just looks better overall. It also is the part that comes. It also is the same exact mods that come with the better looking faces and the better looking bodies, the extended skeletons. All of those use the same sort of stuff.
Hey, porn has always been an innovator in technology, so I cannot fault you for using something that was designed for the sexy to, just use it for regular things. It makes sense. It's why we have VHS and Blu-ray. It's also why we have HD TV. The porn industry is the reason we have advancements in certain technologies.
And I always put that less clothes means more armor bonuses.
No one has VCRs anymore, Tom.
Speak for yourself.
No one normal has VCRs anymore, Tom. But speaking of games, Zach, you were streaming a game the other day.
I stream a lot of games when my internet permits.
It has a very interesting name. Metal as Fuck.
Yeah, it's a great game.
So I have been, because I can't have my screen on at work so I'm basically just listening to you. And the voices are great. The soundtrack is amazing. Can you tell me how much is it? Is it on Steam? What is it?
Actually, it is on Steam. Specifically, it's a game made by an indie developer named Crankage Games, and he is absolutely fantastic. I've played several of his games now, and they are a ridiculous amount of fun. I am not secretly Oxhorn, by the way. I am never going to be that good. But Crankage Games, you can find him on Twitter. It's at Crankage Games. That's CRANKAGEGAMES, Crankage Games. He actually has a full-on pack where you can get I think he's got 6 games out, and for about $11 on Steam, you can get the full bundle. If you just go to his Twitter, it's his pinned tweet. And I'd recommend it. If you have $10 to spend, I think the majority of them are made with RPG Maker. They are not visually exciting, all right? They're RPG Maker games. But they are fantastic dialogue. For Metal as Fuck, the music is fucking awesome. And they got good storylines. They're a lot of fun to play. They're easy. They don't require internet connection, obviously, because they're all single player and they're all standalone. But 10 or $11, you get 6 games. Metal as Fuck, you play as a knight. I don't know how you actually pronounce his name. I pronounce it Chael because it's CHAEL. It could be Kyle for all I know. But you play as Chael, who's a knight. A knight of the god of metal, and you're trying to hunt down the dark bards who have stolen this ancient demonic tome, the Tome of Amartheus, and try to get it back before they summon this false god of metal into the world. The actual god of metal, of course, is Fuck, Phuk, and all of us should aspire to be metal as fuck. I said the name. It's a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoy it. I do all the voice work for it because, I'm the only person who's playing it, obviously. But, Ben C. asks if I'm going to be getting the Subverse computer game. Well, yes. I have some things to do first, but probably in about a year from now, you will see me playing that game.
Is that going to be able to be streamed on...
No, it can't.
I was going to say...
What I might do is, because by then I will hopefully have learned more techniques for this shit. What I may do is pre-record it and then censor out the bits.
Or You could start a thing up on Pornhub and stream it there.
That's also a possibility, but I might just censor out the bits because I already have an idea for that.
Okay.
Censoring out the bits, so you see what's going on, but the bits are censored, and the whole time I'll just read something incredibly boring. I'll read the minutes from the Supreme Court meetings and shit like that.
Oh,
like,
God, no.
So, like, on screen, it's obvious she's giving this giant cock a major blowjob, and all you're hearing is 10:52. The meeting was called to order. 10:54. The first motion was tabled. 10:55. The issue of white supremacists in the White House was raised. 10:56. Motion was tabled as it had been previously rendered a moot point. 10:57. The Speaker of the House scratched his testicles. 10:59. He was immediately accused of bigotry towards his female colleagues for scratching his testicles, which they did not have. Just read that. Like, just make it boring as fuck.
Yeah, Scott No Problem says, don't make me get boners with court cases, please.
That's right. No, we're going to make it bad. Or worse, I'll just read, like, pedophile court cases while the sex is going on.
Oh,
make you all confused.
No, that's bad. No,
make everyone ridiculously hate themselves. Be great.
So, okay,
it's a great idea for me to have a Pornhub account. We'll work on that later.
You know the small controversy that happened with the title Subverse, right?
Yeah, because there's somebody who already owns a company that's called Subverse.
Well, it's not a company. It's it's a YouTube channel. It's Tim Pool. He's creating a news organization, kind of like Philip DeFranco did.
Isn't Tim Pool kind of a tool?
He's got some. I've been listening to him recently. He's got some good ideas. He's got some good arguments. He is a lefty, but not like crazy lefty. Is
he a communist?
No.
Is he a socialist?
No.
Does he agree with communists or socialists?
No.
Is he me?
No.
I don't like him.
But yeah, as Tom said, he has some tool tendencies, but he's pretty decent.
Well, Tom's got some tool tendencies too. That's right, Tom Leach. I don't trust you either. I know what you're all about. You've watched me poop.
What?
You heard me.
Aside from that, he created a channel called Subverse, which he's going to be turning into an actual news organization. I think he's changed the name now because there was going to be like a legal case or something about it. But yeah, they started searching up Subverse, and they would get this porn game that would show up instead of his YouTube channel, and he got a little pissed off about it. So, yeah, it's been fun, I guess. I don't know anything about it though. What is Subverse about aside from knowing that it's a porn game?
It's actually not a porn game. There is a lot of porn in it. And it's actually, from what I've seen so far, it looks like it's be much more along the lines of a tactical RPG.
Just with titties.
Well, you can also fuck people in the game. I mean, basically all they've done is take Dragon Age or Mass Effect, and instead of making, like little pretty versions of the sex scenes, and if you've played Mass Effect or Dragon Age, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They said, no, fuck it. We're going to show you everything. So when there's a cute little joke made about, so-and-so was a little bigger than I expected, and that's all you really hear about it. Now it's like, now you're going to see that, oh, that was a huge dick she took.
All right.
So it basically, from what I've seen, it looks like they're just going to take all the tropes, and instead of following the tropes, they're just going to say, fuck it, we're just going to go for the adult rating.
All right. I have no problem with adult games.
I have a problem with adult games.
So. I'm
not an adult yet.
You will never be an adult.
That's very true. These M&Ms are delicious.
He proves his point.
So, okay, you two are on Twitter more than I am. I have a question. Apparently, AP. So AP said he was going to quit YouTube. Didn't quit YouTube. I'm okay with that.
I actually asked about that. He didn't quit because apparently a couple of people, both real life and I guess internet life friends, sat him down and set him straight. So
good. That's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, I actually asked about it because I had noticed he was like, "I'm going to be gone." I was like, "Man, that really sucks, but you do what you got to do, man. Keep you and your family safe."
That's kind of what I said.
A week or two later, he's like, "All right, here's the next show." And I was like, "Did I miss something? I mean, I don't mean to bother." He's like, "No, it's perfectly fine. Here's what happened." So
yeah, he's pretty open about shit. So that's cool. So we now know that the Donga tribe is completely insane, right? We've gone this far. Something happened on Failure's stream where they decided to start going after him, or something. I don't know. Does anybody know what the fuck happened?
No, nor do I care.
Well, I mean,
okay, so I know one thing.
See, I knew one of you would know.
I know one thing, but I don't think it has anything to do with that. See, I know that Failure was doing his IRL streaming, walking around streaming in Florida, and he passed a strip club with the strippers outside of it, and one of them got pissed off because he had a phone and looked like
and she hit him in the head with a coconut.
Yeah, she threw a coconut at him and assaulted him. But that's all I know.
Shit,
he got a coconut thrown.
Yep.
Yes. Oh no! It made national headlines. Literally, it made the news.
What the fuck?
Why
is Failure causing problems?
I gotta ask a question. I gotta ask a question to the chat. Specifically to Scott, no problems. Scott, I'm not against you if you're gay, but I gotta ask, because I played Shadowrun before and I enjoy it. What kind of Shadowrun game were you involved in?
Walking into a BDSM dungeon with an orc, 2 trolls, and a human.
In an all-male orgy, no less.
Yikes.
So just, not to bash you there, Scott, but I'm a little skeptical as to what variation of Shadowrun you were playing.
So he basically walked into a BDSM dungeon with Brachus, Penoid, Smeckle, and some random male human.
No, if you're gonna go with that, he walked into a BDSM dungeon with Penoid, Schmeckle, Brachus, and what's his name? Oh God. He's the other co-host. I don't watch the Snatchcast anymore. Lionel, that's his name. Fucking Lionel.
I'm gonna tell this story. Even though I told it before, because I love Shadowrun, and it's my favorite Shadowrun story. This is in one of the games I was in. I played a fully wired street samurai. I had spinal implants. I had reflex wire systems in. Razor blades under my nails, spurs coming out of my elbows. I was ready to kill anything that got my way. So we had a few other guys. We had a sniper. We had a decker, obviously. We had a rigger, but the final member of the party was a troll. And his thing was mostly heavy weapons and soaking damage because he was a fucking troll.
It is what they do.
And that was exactly what he was for. And so he would lug around his minigun. And the guy who played him, who was also called Sparky, fun story. The guy who played him, whenever he was in character, would get in character. So when Sue sat down at the table, he was in character 24/7. And so we'd be playing, and we'd be like, "Hey, so what are you doing?" Oh, I'm gonna go over there to this corner and set up my minigun, and then I'm gonna wait. No, okay, cool. Yes, that's cool. And one time we were sneaking into heavily guarded research and development base, basically. We were trying to find, cool guy stuff and everything, and we were running our little shadow missions and all that, and we had to sneak by a guard post because we didn't want to. We were told we shouldn't murder everyone in the building because we're good at that. But they wanted to make it just,
every campaign group.
When we were told that we were supposed to be an in and out mission without casualties, we were just to get the stuff and go. So we're walking on through, and everyone makes all their stealth checks beautifully, right? The guards have no idea, but at the last second, somebody fumbles a bit of their stealth check, right? And the sniper ends up her rifle barrel smacks off the wall and wakes up the guards because we got lucky. The guards were zonked out. Bad guards. But the guards woke up. And of course, the only person who hasn't snuck across the hall yet in front of the guard station is the troll. Trolls don't sneak. Trolls are bad at anything involving quiet or dexterity, So we're really, really nervous at this point because we're about to fuck this mission all to hell. It's about to become a bloodbath. We're probably going to die. And so we look at the troll and we're like, dude, you might just want me to just leave you here. And he goes, actually, and he holds up his character sheet, I have sneak. What? No, I have 6 ranks in sneak, no less. Which is really fucking sneaky. and the GM's like, what? And he grabs the paper. He's like, you have 6 whole points in sneak. I guess you can make a sneak check. And he makes his sneak check and fucking aces it beautifully. Oh my god, it's perfect. It's the best sneak roll ever kind of thing. And he's like, all right, so you're gonna sneak across, and you've made it perfectly. And the troll sneaking apparently is along the lines of he tiptoes across, which the loud clomping crunches that a troll makes, staring directly into the eyes of the guards, and goes, I am a sneaky troll. You cannot see me, for I am sneaky. And the guards, who are, look at this, then look at each other, and according to my GM, immediately put out their cigarettes and looked directly in the opposite direction. I don't know what we're smoking, but I don't think we want any more of it. Like I said, it's a story I tell every time we talk about Shadowrun because it's my favorite Shadowrun moment. But I have a lot of moments that I thoroughly enjoy because they were my moments and they were cool and they were fun. But remembering that Sparky, not this Sparky, remembering that Sparky, just I am a sneaky troll. You cannot see me. And the guards just like, are we smoking the same thing?
No.
Did you see that?
Dude, what the fuck did you bring us tonight? I know we were just asleep, but Jesus Christ.
Did you see that? No, I definitely did not see that. Neither did you.
Dude, that reminds me of Drax from Infinity Wars.
Basically. This was long before the Guardians of the Galaxy movies came out. So
I know, but it just reminds me of that scene with Drax.
There was one, like Sparky the Troll had so many awesome moments. One of the other good ones is we're pinned down under heavy fire. They just landed a flyer and they've dropped more troops in. One of them has set up an auto turret, right? And it is just slamming rounds into our vehicle that we're hiding behind. We've all made our rolls to get into cover, which was a dexterity type roll, except of course for the Troll, who is basically sitting beside the car, not even in cover. So they start targeting him, but he's poured fucking all of his new yen, that's the money, into subdermal plating and armor. So there's just rounds pinging off him left and right, and I look over because he's having to roll for damage every single time to see if he gets hurt. And so he's made 8 rolls, and they've all equated to it. I think he's lost 1 health point basically at this point. If I remember, I don't remember how the exact health system, but he's not injured. He's mildly fatigued. And I look over and I'm
he's a little annoyed.
And I'm like, hey, how you holding up over there? I'm like, my head's down because I've got subdermal plating too, but those are big bullets. And I don't want to take too many of those because my whole thing is speed and getting up close and personal. So if that's taken away from me, I'm fucked. And so he looks over and I'm like, "Are you okay? How you hold up?" He's like, "Well, I'm a little annoyed right now, but this is taking care of my itchiness, so it's okay." Because previously we'd been through a room full of really angry pixies who had covered us in itch powder. and so he was like, "This is pretty good on that count." And so we're sitting there and we spend another 5 minutes in real time trying to figure out how to take out these guys, these enemies, because we're fucked. We're pinned down. And then all of a sudden, Sparky the troll goes, "You know, I still got my minigun."
Well, fucking use it.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. We just stopped it because his minigun was a 30mm Vulcan type.
Oh, God.
And he just carries, and because he's a troll, he carries, like, 2 boxes of ammunition with him. Because he could do that. And we're like, what? What do you tell you? "No, I still got it, here." And he sets it up on the hood of the car. "Yeah, I could just use it, "Why didn't you use it before?" "Well, nobody asked me." Once he established this line of logic, we realized that if we wanted him to do anything, we would have to say so. God rest his soul. That was he was the greatest troll player ever because, and I don't mean this rudely, but he was about as smart as a troll. He was not the sharpest tool in the shed, but he understood things once you patiently explained them to him. So he sat down at the table and became the troll, and all that really took was he changed his voice. I know it sounds awful, but he was really good at shooting things. He put a lot of points into that. Miniguns aren't supposed to be accurate, but he can put most rounds on target.
So he was pretty much the Butt Gummo of your campaign.
Yes, but not nearly as intelligent. Maybe Burt Gummer's son in Tremors 6, like that.
Oh, God. All right.
So, Scott No Problem says, "I use a Russian mage dwarf, and once I astrally appeared in front of a mage troll, distract him with my ass to his face as my cybered up teammate shoots him in the back of the head." You must not have been using the guns my cybered up guy was using, because that would have meant you got shot in the ass.
Well, he said astrally, so I'm assuming astral projected.
Yeah, but the rounds that I was using were meant to hurt astral things too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you would have got shot in the ass. My party was dumb enough to have accidentally made a deal with the leader of narcology, and it turned out that after we made the deal, we realized the deal we made was with a dragon. So we consistently fought things that were stupid when it came to astral shit.
Never make deals with dragons.
Well, we learned that the fucking hard way.
So,
especially when his daughter came on to me.
Oh no, that's all bad. So I'm tempted to do this because of a conversation that you and I had with someone last week, Zach.
Oh,
but
what's this?
We are opening up the phone lines for the last.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And if Mr. Cody is brave enough to call in, we'll bring him on. Anybody who wants to call in?
Oh, no.
Anybody who wants to call in, all you have to do is hit me up on DMs on Twitter and or Discord, and we'll bring you in. You can talk to us on the crew. Zach, you have a spiel for this about who has what specifics?
Oh, well, if you want to talk to Sparky, or if you want to talk about technological things, then Tay-Tay's your man. He's capable of helping you fix your computers, repair your systems, and if you have a semi-trailer truck, he can help you with that too. If you're looking to talk about politics and other such amazing societal issues, you should talk to Matt. Matt's your man for societal understanding. And if you want to talk about romance, sex, and love, then you should talk to me, Zach, your personal romantic anti-hero.
That works.
And such.
So if you have a question, comment, you want to talk about anything we've talked about on the show, go ahead and hit
or
me
even
with the
something
DMs.
brand new.
Or yeah,
A story you might, a news story you think we might not have heard of, something that's bothering you. If you just want to get on and tell us how much we suck, that's fine. We will, of course, tell you suck right back. But
so the phone lines are open, folks. That's all I can say.
You know what, Tom? It's all a matter of perspective, and I fully respect that.
Now, Yorkie has a very important question. He wants to know who is Cody.
well, I don't really want to get into that on this stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite frank. If he's here and listening, wants to show up, that's fine. Cody is a person who believes very strongly in the things he thinks are correct, and he believes very strongly in people who don't agree with him not being allowed to speak. We'll put it at that.
You know what, Yorkie? I will put a link in the Discord and you can check something out.
One of my favorite gaming moments of all time, though, since we've talked about this now and people seem to be enjoying the RPG talk, one of my favorite gaming moments is actually playing GURPS. I was playing a character who was an undercover operative for one of the local governments. It was a space opera type game. And on board the ship that we used to get between the stars, we had someone that we called the Runt. The Runt at that point was, I think, 14 years old, and she was a tech genius. That was her thing. She had all the advantages GURPS can give you to make technological miracles happen, and like literally that's what she could do. So the Runt, Alyssa, would make these technological miracles happen on a daily fucking basis. She was obnoxious as fuck. She was head over heels in love with my character, and it was horrible because my character was a ladies' man. But because the Runt was a technological wizard, she would just consistently hack all my personal computers and just remove any contacts with other women I might have had, ever. So if I got a number for a hot date, it'd be gone. If I made a note on the calendar to go visit some attractive female, that would disappear. If I looked at a site that she didn't approve of, my computer would be infected with goldfish.
Your computer would be infected with goldfish?
So RGM specifically made her go through a series of rolls to create a virus that would just turn your monitor into a goldfish-filled aquarium. He made us sit there and watch while he rolled this out. And so every single time I would do something she even thought was remotely suspect, nope, locked out with goldfish. The only thing I could do was click to feed the goldfish. Anyway, so one of the funniest moments is that some guy who was Arabic kidnapped the Runt. He kidnapped our Runt, and since he was an Arabic Muslim and she was of age, according to him, he was going to marry the Runt.
So you're saying she was 6?
Yeah, no, she was 14. But he was going to marry the Runt. He had kidnapped her. He was going to force her into marriage. Now, the Runt was one of the most beloved NPCs I've ever come across. The entire group, that's like 5 different people, thought the Runt was great. She had all these funny moments. She'd endeared herself to us kind of thing. And she was fucking-dispensable. So we immediately boarded this Muslim ship. We killed everyone. Like, there was zero mercy whatsoever. At one point, we were literally jumping off walls to land amidst heavily armored dudes who we then beat to death with our fists. We were upset.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, no, like, don't fuck with the Runt. It's like the White Mage.
Oh, from 8-Bit Theater?
It's like any White Mage. Nobody fucks with the White Mage. Because it's the White Mage. That's who heals you, you know? Anywho. So we end up, we Deus vaulted the shit out of them.
Hold on. Turish asks, so if I have a fetish where I want to force a woman to switch to Linux for financial reasons, which one of you do I talk to?
That would be me, Turish. That would be me.
Yeah, but he kind of mixed all 3 of us together.
I know. Still me. So anyway, because I was an undercover operative, I in my home system, I was considered to be an absolute piece of shit. Like the government hated me because it was my cover, so I could go in and do dirty work and get involved with criminal organizations and whatnot, and they wouldn't doubt me. But I had gotten a secondary citizenship for another system called the Celestial Empire. And there, because I had done a lot of work to save some people, including the Emperor, I was considered to be incredibly honorable. So this Muslim dude only knew of my Celestial Empire reputation. And so when I finally cornered him, and when the party and everybody, we've got this guy now, he's stuck there, he can't go anywhere. He's got himself seated in in his little command chair, and there's a countdown timer that started. And he's all like, I'm going to blow up this ship and everyone on it. And we're all like, okay, we'll just fucking stop you. Where the fuck's my runt? And he's like, oh, yeah, well, look, I'll make you a deal because I know you're honorable. He's like, if you don't kill me, I'll tell you where the runt is, and I'll turn off the timer, but only after you've left and gotten the runt and all that. But you have to promise me that you're not going to kill me. And so he goes, oh, okay. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll take your deal. And he's like, excellent. Here's where the runt is. So we go and we get the runt, and we go back. And he's like, what are you doing back here? I thought you were just going to leave the ship and everything. And the only reason we'd gone back is I was very upset with him still. And he's like, we made that deal with honor. Are you gonna betray your honor? And I was like, well, in the Celestial Empire, I do have, I am honorable. But in my home nation, they call me a scumbag. And then I ran him through.
It is the honorable thing to do.
I felt pretty good about the situation, quite frankly. I'm not going to lie. Then we skedaddled off that ship and ran away before it exploded because it was going to explode. Well, not my most well thought out plan, obviously, but I had a good time.
Oh,
I don't care what you say.
Reminds me of a Lethal Weapon movie.
Well, I'm always a fan of games that run like awesome action flicks, so.
So, red wine, blue wine. What do you mean blue wine? Well, you said blue wine when I meant red wine. What?
Well, since we're still talking about games and stuff, this isn't tabletop RPG, but I do want to thank you, Zach, for telling me about Age of Wonders.
Yeah, I saw you were playing that. Is it any good?
Yes, it is.
I haven't played it yet.
So apparently it's like Civ 5 or Civilization. But it's fantasy based. So it's fun. I just started with the basic the introductory campaing. So I'm going to keep playing that. That was fun.
I just want you to know I've got a vibrator on my nipple right now. Feels kind of nice.
Ew. $5 from Ben C. When will we see a D&D stream with all of you and Zach being the dungeon master? Hail Zach and Antihero.
Actually, I would love to do that. So let me open up this folder real fast so I can inform you people of just how awful this could be. If my computer will fucking cooperate. Actually, I know this mission has failed. I'm not playing right now. That's the whole point.
Oh,
there we go.
Yorkie says, so what Antihero is saying is he's secretly the Christchurch shooter.
Well, sometimes. Maybe. Let's not talk about that. Where did I put that AR-15? All right, go to this folder here, up one level. All right, so I have the rule books downloaded, PDF, for Anima Beyond Fantasy. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. I have 59 D&D 3.5 books, including everything you need to play. I have Demon the Forsaken, I have GURPS, I have Paranoia, I have Shadowrun, Vampire the Masquerade, and Warhammer 40k. And for Warhammer 40k, I can run Dark Heresy, Black Crusade, or Deathwatch. I could also get my hands on Werewolf the Forsaken if somebody wanted to play that, because that's also another amazing whatchamacallit?
Yeah,
word I'm looking for in my head. Another amazing World of Darkness game.
That Forsaken is the original one, right? Not the rebooted one where all of the werewolves are nothing but tree-hugging hippies.
No. Look, I would never allow any people I play with to play World of Darkness's current versions of things. The version of Vampire the Masquerade I think it's 2nd edition.
Yeah, I have 1st edition and 2nd edition books.
Yeah, because that's before they got to become socially just. But I can run all those games too, which is the nice part. Like, I only have downloaded what I can run. I'd love to do a D&D stream. I would have no problem running that right into the ground, because that's where we'd all end up eventually. But I'd have no problem doing that. I have to get players. I've actually tried to get a gaming session of some kind set up for probably the last year, and it's fallen through every time because of just not being interested enough, I guess. I did have a group I was going to play Warhammer 40k with, and then all of them except for me and Lo decided they just weren't interested. So,
well, I mean,
but if enough people DM Antoine, I suppose he'll make something happen.
Thank you for that.
Look, I'm a very passive man, all right?
Yeah, pass off the responsibility.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't think we're getting any callers this time, which is
all right. Nobody cares.
They
hate us. They hope we die.
I don't think it's that. Well, we can talk about. I just freed up a day, so we can talk about doing a live stream session of a campaign. You know, I don't have a problem with it.
No.
I don't know if Sparky's going to want to do it, but
yeah, I have about enough time playing D&D IOL. I'm not gonna try to attempt it online. I mean, I'm grateful for the offer. I'm just not gonna go for the trouble doing it.
So, but well, I think we should end it here, gents. We've been talking about games and racism and all sorts of things. It's been a very interesting show.
And drunk streams.
And drunk streams that Sparky should never do ever again. So, thank you for joining us here at Caffeinated to Die with Matt, Zach, and Tay-Tay. Do you guys have anything else you want to say before we head on out?
Well, yeah, and a single caller. Fucking Philistines. Those goddamn swine. Worthless whores, a lot of you.
Well, maybe
except for Ben C, who gave us money.
Yeah.
He's cool.
He gave someone money.
That's right. Never mind. You know what, Ben C? I take it back. You're a terrible person too, because you only gave Antoine money. Matt's got money now. The rest of us are still broke bitches.
Yes, I have 70% of $5.
That's still more than the 0% of $5 I have.
So, thank you for joining us, guys. We hope you join us next time. And don't be afraid to call in. We won't rail on you too hard. I mean, Taylor does like to set things up and bend you over, but you know, Zach and I will be nice and gentle with you. So anytime you guys want to call in, just let us know. If you have any ideas or articles you'd like us to cover, or maybe even guests you want us to try and bring on, hit me up in DMs, or you know, bug Zach. He'll bug me enough afterwards. So other than that, thanks for joining us. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time.